And good evening, softball fans, and welcome out to another episode of the 2026 high school previews that we like to call the Pelican Softball Report. Got a great one for you tonight and had to reach all the way down into the New Orleans area for this one. But I think he's no stranger to anybody that's been around Fresh Park, and that is Archbishop Chapelle, the Chipmunks head coach, Scott O'Brien. Coach, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for covering high school softball the way you do, first and foremost, all of the programs, all the teams. And thank you for having me on as well.
Well, I appreciate that. There's no doubt about it. Look, we've been exposed to that New Orleans area, the North Shore area, with our friend Mike McMillan and the North Shore Prep Report, and does a tremendous job. But we like to reach down there because for those of us that are north of New Orleans, which everybody else is, it's a place that we don't always get into and cover. So tell me a little bit about that area that's around there.
Yeah, man. So it's kind of broke down and I would even say down into Houma area, and then you in Thibodaux, and then you get up into the New Orleans area, the West Bank, the East Bank, and then you have the North Shore area and going into Tangipahoa. And then obviously, and of course, taking in like St. Charles Catholic, they're kind of in our region as well. And then you move into the Ascension Parish, that's kind of a little bit outside of us, but it's reciprocating. Like for us as well, like we don't know what the Central Louisiana teams and programs are doing, and we always like to hear about them and like what everybody has going on. That's why some of us like to take those trips to those tournaments to kind of get to know other coaches, players, and other teams.
Look, and you guys are going up to that one, I think, all the way up to Quitman this year, aren't you? You're going to play in that one, and you'll play in some of the ones at Pineville too, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to venture out. We're going to go to Quitman. It's going to be a really tough weekend. We asked for it. I already know who I'm playing. I get a great West Monroe team on a Friday night.
Yeah, they're a good one.
Yeah, and they got a great new coach, and they brought some players. His daughter, I believe. Don't know much about that area. Like once again, that's why I like to get out of our comfort zone and go play people we don't. Saturday we play Calvary Baptist, which is going to be a great challenge for us as well. And then we play
five back-to-back state titles. Yeah,
that's right. And then we play Quitman with 2 back-to-back state titles. So
you're going into a weekend with 7 consecutive state championships waiting on you on Saturday.
And you know what? That's what we need to do. And
yeah.
We need that challenge. And our schedule is very difficult. It's probably the most difficult since I've been here. But this group needs it. And I'll be honest with you, man, they want it because the regular season prepares us for the playoffs, right? And we want to go undefeated there.
Well, that name that's up there that's on our screen right now, Chapelle Softball, that certainly isn't a secret to anyone that's been around because you guys, I don't know if it seems like you book your rooms in Sulphur right now at the start of the season because you guys are a mainstay there.
Well, first off, I would never book I would never ever book my hotel before we win that and get that final out. But, secondly, in doing so, man, look, we're grateful for the previous years that we've been there. I believe it's been 5, and we're really grateful for that. But we know that has no relevance to moving forward. And so we have to reset and restart and just, focus on our season this year, focus on the small details in the work to get back there. But we are grateful for what we've done. And but that doesn't automatically get us back there again. And we know that because of how great the teams are in the playoffs.
Look, you're in such a tough division in that select Division One. It is. You look around, and I try to pick 2 or 3 that I think are favorites. Next, I'm on my list about 10. You go 10, 12 deep, or more than that, you'll have somebody. But it's the top division, and you guys have really done well there. And I think as I look into it a little bit more, I see what the foundation is. I see videos of you girls working out. I mean, they're bonding as a team. They're doing everything. You're appreciative of what they do. I say inside every year you hang up that senior picture of the senior that's on there on that wall. I guess at your indoor facility. It's a program and not just a team down there.
Yeah, I mean, we do focus on that program aspect of things. And yeah, absolutely appreciate it. And those girls that came through, that's why they get to hang their picture up on the top of what we call the skip. That's our little hitting facility on campus. And when you come into the program, your goal is to hang it up there, right? And I mean, to get it up there, as you first starts with academics and faith, and we want to grow your academics and your faith here. And then, oh, by the way, we play softball. So that's how you get your name up at hung up there. And that should be a goal for a young student athlete coming in. And, as a program, you just try to kind of, you want to develop those things that elevate and help the players, and you want to make adjustments every year. So the strength and conditioning program this year has been a big adjustment, and we've done some different things, and we're seeing results of what we've done. So and we have 8th and 9th graders in that strength and conditioning program that is really dialed in on being a superior athlete, all around athlete. So all of those things come into play, and they help that result on the field.
Let's talk about that just a bit. You talk about those 8th and 9th graders that are getting in the weight room. That may very well be the first time that they've ever went in there and touched a weight.
That's right. And so, we really focus in on the 8th and 9th grade. And what we do is we let them know that, like, we know this where it's going to be right now, but like, I need you to focus on where you're going to be when you're a junior. And that's something I'm constantly, telling them, where you're going to be when you're a sophomore, where you're going to be when you're a junior. I know it's difficult now, but if you dominate the weight room and you dominate the practices, then you dominate the games. And that's the direction that I'm trying to just push the whole thing into that direction. And this 8th and 9th grade now are like, we've already seen improvements with the 8th grade in 3 months, the way that they move around the weight room and the confidence that they have, because the weight room's also giving you, teaching you good values, core values about hard work, dedication, working with someone else, how to fail, how to keep working hard. So those things are all being done in the culture by that weightlifting program and strength program that we do.
I've got to think that's a big way to track measurables, because when you're fielding ground balls, if you go out and field 20 of them without an error, and the next day it's 20 of them without an error, and the next day you're not being able to measure what it is. But when they go from lifting X to 5 more pounds in a week from now, man, that's got to be an emotional boost for them as well.
It definitely is an emotional boost, and the emotional boost is the most overlooked thing, as opposed to looking at the numbers, looking at being comfortable in the weight room and moving and understanding your body. Okay, so all of that comes together, and then if you start in 8th and you go to 9th, and then by the time you're in 10th or by the time you're in 11th grade, like it's just like it's part of you. It's who you are as far as like your understanding of it, and it's just become second nature. So we're trying to gain other things by just numbers in the weight room.
I got you. Well, that's I think it's a good thing to keep progress of, and I love seeing that. I want to back up a year or two, and then we'll start on our preview. But Congratulations, 2024, that state championship. I know that banner hangs proudly out on the fence, and no telling where all it is.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the congratulations. It was amazing. It was really an awesome thing, and I'm very proud of it, and our Chapelle softball community and our Chapelle school community is very proud of that accomplishment as well.
Went back last year, and you say upset, only because of the rankings on there, but the number 4 seed beat the number 1 in Pineville to go on to the semis, and faced a very tough John Curtis team that would go on to win the state title on there. And you did it a lot with just one senior, and that was Addie Stein. Tell me about that kind of a run, and then a little bit of the impact that Addie had on that and what she leaves.
Well, that was a great run. We were a 9 seed. We had to go on the road at Ponchatoula. We had to go on the road at Pineville, which is tremendous respect. And then we ran into our district opponent, John Curtis, and they played a fantastic game and did a great job. Talking about Addie Stein and what she left a big legacy here at Chapelle softball. She's a hard worker, a great student athlete, and she has, she grew in faith and helped this program grow in faith as well. So I mean, having Addie in the outfield was awesome. She would go get any ball in the air. She was going to go get it. So she was a fantastic outfielder, and she's moved on, but she's still kind of poking around a little bit. We saw her the other night at a basketball game. We love to have her around a little bit, and we love her, and she's going to be missed.
Coach, I think that's wonderful, and it gives the girls something to look up to. It definitely does. I want to step back to something that you talked about, and you've mentioned it a couple of times already, and man, that's what inspires us. You talked about growing in faith. She grew in her faith, and she helped the program grow in their faith on there. Tell me about that, and one, how important it is to you guys, and what it means as a team for that.
Well, for us, it's very important. We're a Catholic school, and that is the foundation of what we do, and in academics as well. And I have this thing in our program that you have the faith and academics have to be in order before you step on the field and have success. You will not have success on the field if those things are not in order. It's just going to hold you back. So it is very important to us. We do a retreat. We started it actually started it last year. And there's a Saturday right before the season where we come to school, we have a little adoration, and we have some time together. And faith is the foundation of that retreat. So growing in faith is very important to us. Our senior this year, Kelsey Schmidt, excuse me. She's also a big part of that transition and bringing us into that world of just getting better at faith and growing with it and it being genuine. So the faith aspect of the program is not to be to help us win softball games. It's to genuinely grow in faith and prepare yourself for life. And so it's a focal point for sure. We pray up after every meeting, everything that we're together, and it's very important to us. And it's big time in our program.
Well, and I think that's such a testament to it as well, because when these young ladies get out of there, a couple of them may go on to play ball somewhere else, but a lot of them are hanging the cleats up here, and this goes with them. They're pros in life without anything else, and I think that foundation, Coach, is probably the best thing you can leave with them.
And I think it is important, because at the end of the season last year, we had a tough stretch, and I designed it that way on purpose. We lost 4 in a row before the playoffs, and we played some great teams in Vanderbilt Catholic, in Dutchtown. Slidell had a really fantastic pitcher. We played some really good teams in that stretch, but I think the faith aspect of the program is what held these girls together, and nothing wavered with them. And they were just like, okay, regular season's done, new season, let's go. And I think faith helped them hold it together. And a really, really bonded group of players. And I'm very proud of that aspect of them.
I love that. You talked a little bit about your upcoming schedule, and it looks like you've done it again. You backloaded that thing. There are a lot of solid teams in that thing.
I did backloaded with Homer Christian, who was in the state championship 2 years ago. Patrick Taylor's pitcher is signed with Southeastern. She's phenomenal. Great ball player, tremendous respect. Dutchtown, Nancy always has great teams and great players and very well coached. Vanderbilt, Jason's doing a good job over there and getting that program going. And of course, Vanderbilt Catholic is won a couple state championships here, and they have a senior laden team. And so we want them to push us into the playoffs. And that's the back end of it. Obviously, we're playing Slidell, and then you look at Hahnville. They're coming. Just to let everybody know, Hahnville is going to be very, very good for the next quite a few years. Coach Jeremy's got it going on there, and he's got some good players. And obviously, I just talked about the equipment tournament, and then before that we played John Curtis, so state championship John Curtis. So we got it locked up, loaded up, and we're just gonna look. We're gonna look for where we can learn and not worry about losses. We're not gonna lose games there. We're gonna learn and scout ourselves as opposed to scouting other teams. And after every game, we're going to scout ourselves and just try to get better on that back end.
Well, I love it, Coach. With the success you've had with the program, the storied tradition that there is there at Chapelle, those games that are circled in white are home games on there. What's a home game at the home of the Chipmunks? What's the atmosphere like there?
Oh man, it's really good, man. We got a great announcer for the games. We pack it in. And when we play our district rivals, it's a really great atmosphere for both schools and both, it's important to me that both teams have a great experience and
right.
And that all those girls deserve a great atmosphere at any school, because they've all put in the work, right? So we work hard on having a great park, a great facility. Get out there and do the little things and make that place look nice and have a great atmosphere on game night.
Look, I love it, Coach, and we're deep into this already, and I want to respect your time. We haven't talked about the girls that are coming back. Tell me about some of those that we know about and some of those that maybe we don't.
Well, I have a big junior class, and Kelsey Schmidt comes back. She's our only senior. She's our catcher. Take sports out of it. Great person, great human being. We love Kelsey. She's going to be a great leader for us this year. She's on the basketball court right now, and then we'll get her, and she's doing her work on the side. We got a great junior class. Addie Roban broke her finger pretty badly mid-season, so we didn't have her going into the playoffs. Bailey Hammer is our second baseman. Addie will probably play a little third for us, but Addie's a utility, can go in several spots. Liv Nevels was our pitcher last year, and it was really actually her first time pitching in varsity, because before her we had Kayla. And so Liv just sat on a bucket and learned for the 2 years that she was here before that. And she did a great job for us in the circle, and she's put the work in the offseason to get even better. And I'm very proud of her for that. And then, Cam DiMaggio will be our shortstop, but Cam plays third as well, and is a very good athlete and can move around. She has really, really quick hands. And she's got a great transfer out of the glove, excellent defender. So we're looking forward to that. That's our junior class, and those are the girls that are kind of that infield, that is the starters in the infield. We have a couple sophomores in there that contributed last year, and we have a couple that are freshmen and sophomores that are probably going to contribute this year that didn't in the previous years. And we have another pitcher, Ava Martinez, has been putting in a lot of work through the past few years, and we're hoping to get her in the circle and get her out there and let her push herself and see what she can do. Abby Chapelle was our DP last year. She's a catcher as well. She did a very good job for us, especially during the season. Kind of won that spot at DP and just kind of locked it down. She did great. Abby's an awesome leader, just a great person. And Taylor Allen is going to move from shortstop, because she moved to shortstop because Addie Roban got hurt. Taylor Allen's going to go to center field and kind of hold down that outfield force, which is going to be very young. But Taylor is fast, and she's our leadoff, and she's the one that Jeremy mentioned that went 4 for 4 in the playoff game versus Ponchatoula. So she's a good leader, man. She's great. And Allie Gennard started for us in right field last year. We'll probably get her back there. She did very well last year as a freshman, and she's transitioning from that freshman year to that sophomore year, and learning about those things as well. And then we have a lot of little fast. We have a lot of little fast. We're gonna have a young outfield. We have a lot of little fast base runners in ninth, and we're hoping that they can contribute as well. So it's just a great group of kids, man. And our 8th grade's developing right now with them and being pulled, to do the best they can. So.
Coach, I love what you have going on. I did see what was it, the Sugar Bowl, I guess, the New Orleans area coach of the year a couple of years ago too. So folks outside the program see the hard work that's being put in there. So congratulations on that as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. The school, and I'm proud for the school to be able to receive that award in 2024. But there's a lot of other people that go into that award, and not just me, you know what I mean? So, and whoever was there at that time, that's their award too. And it belongs to those players and the work that they put in, if I'm being honest with you, man. I do my part to do their, but that's their award as well.
Coach, you absolutely answer every question the way that we expect out of someone that is proven their track record like you do. You continue to deflect to those people around you, and man, that's such a tremendous winner at life. So I want to thank you for taking time to visit with us today. We look forward to seeing you in Quitman. Without a doubt, we'll be up there streaming those games and seeing what's going on.
That's right. And look, thank you once again. Thank you for covering softball in high school. For all the programs, all the girls, all these kids are working really hard, and the exposure that you're getting them and their coaches, it's greatly appreciated. And, I just want to thank you very much for all that you're doing right now for this game and for these kids.
Well, that means the world to me. We're going to get out there and keep doing it until we can't do it anymore, Coach, because they deserve it. And it is a very, very underreported on group. There's a lot of great stories. Again, like you said, get away from the sports. The heck with all of that. There's some great stories and some great lives out there, and that's what we're telling.
That's right. And they inspire all the other people around them, adults and everything. And there's just some great kids all over the state.
100%. Coach, thanks for taking time with us, guys. That's going to wrap up this episode on there. What a tremendous one that it was, all the way down from that New Orleans area in Archbishop Chapelle. The Chipmunks, one of the greatest mascots in all of the game, too. I just absolutely love that. Well, hold on. I've got to say, you stopped me in there. Is that it?
Seize up.
Chipmunks. Look, I feel like I'm an honorary chipmunk now.
There you go, buddy. Seize up, baby.
Seize up. There you have it. See, that's what I love about it. Guys, tune in. If you've missed one of our episodes, jump over to our YouTube page where it's on the Pelican Softball Report playlist, and you can see all of those interviews that we've had on there. Again, go back and watch this one. It was a lot of fun. That will wrap it up for us. We'll see you next time. For Coach Scott O'Brien, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.